Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. Before we get started, I'd like to give a quick shout out to some of our friends. The Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. Search for them on Facebook. Central Minnesota Pond Racing, some of the best vintage snowmobile racing in the Midwest. Crane's Snowmobile Museum, 172 Main Street in Lancaster, New Hampshire. The Vintage Snowmobile Club of America Quarterly Magazine. The New Hampshire Snowmobile Museum at Bear Brook State Park in Allenstown, New Hampshire. The Benedeem YouTube channel, some of the best vintage snowmobile videos on YouTube. Ben's Vintage Mini Bike Podcast, the second Sunday of every month at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The Muscle Car Show and Tell Podcast, every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Second Chance Upholstery and Automotive, custom snowmobile and automotive upholstery in Derby, Vermont. I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. Lastly, if you decide to advertise with the Vintage Snowmobile Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. Now, I have a robust lineup of vintage snowmobile entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything's working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Please let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers, if this is your first time viewing the podcast, I hope you have a good time with us tonight, and I hope you decide to join us here each and every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, this podcast simulcasts to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this right now, just circle back in 1 week's time, and we'll be waiting for you with another fun-filled episode. Now, to our regular viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you are the ones who make this possible, and we really, really appreciate that. Let's take a few comments, and then we'll bring our friends on here and get this party started. Where are we here? Here we go. Our good friend Ben from Vintage Mini Bike Lovers is in the house. Now, Rob and I collaborate with him on a Vintage Mini Bike podcast the second Sunday of every month at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It goes out to a bunch of different places. Wherever you're viewing this, you can tune into that. Again, second Sunday of every month, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, Ben says, good evening, loud and clear here in snowy Carterville, New York. Please remind Eric to give my sled a tune-up and a good waxing, please, and thank you. Now, there's an inside joke here because Eric, our guest tonight, is his son. That's cool. So, Chroma Testing says hello. Nice to see you. Our good friend Dave Lowry is here from Alberta, Canada. Repeat viewer. Really enjoying the shows, he says. We appreciate that compliment. Thank you so much. Mike Whiteside is here, our good friend, regular viewer, saying good evening, everyone. He's also got Hank the Wonder Lab with him. That's cool. Hey, Hank, how you doing? Well, cool. Tim Bewick is here, good friend and regular viewer. Good evening, all, he says. Nice to see you. Our dear friend Judy Rinaldi is here saying, good evening, Mike. Miss you. Thank you for that. We really appreciate that. And Judy, incidentally, is the first woman to be inducted into the Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame in the year 2020. So thank you, Judy, for being here. We really appreciate it. It's great to see you. John Springer Jr. is here, our good friend from the very beginning and viewer from the beginning, saying good evening from Eland, Wisconsin. Great to see you, John, as always. Ivan Mayo is here, saying good evening, guys, loud and clear from Sudbury, Ontario. Thank you for that. We appreciate your being here. Pitt Grunt is here, saying we sound great in Wisconsin. Appreciate that. Our good friends and viewers from the very beginning, Stacy and Art Fosler, saying sounds good, and they're viewing from Plattkill, New York, regular viewers. Appreciate that. Mad Dog is here saying good evening from Wisconsin. Sounds good here. A lot of viewers from Wisconsin tonight. That's great. Cat Dudes says hello from Michigan, regular viewer. Appreciate that. Nice to see you. Pardon me. Alan Gove says good evening from Grafton, New Hampshire. Great to see you. Hopefully we'll see. Whoops. My fingers aren't catching up with the comments. Hopefully we'll catch Alan in a couple of weeks at the Crane Show. Jim Holbrook is here, hoping to see him at the Crane Show as well. He's in Thetford, Vermont, Thetford Center, Vermont. He says we're coming in loud and clear. Great to see you, Jim. Andrew Strakos is here, Granville, New York. Great to see you, Andrew. Appreciate your coming on. Glenn Ford is here saying, good evening, gentlemen. Vernon Center, New York. And I met him a few years ago at the national show in Old Forge, New York. Great to see you, Glenn. Carolyn Eastman is here. Outstanding. This is the wife of Bob Eastman, legendary racer Bob Eastman, saying she's wishing everyone a great evening. Great to see you, Carolyn. Appreciate your coming on tonight. Midnight Rider is here saying, good evening, Mike and friends from Northwest Minnesota. And we've got a clip that he shared with us. We're going to be viewing that a little later in the podcast. Thank you for coming on. Pardon me. We'll see if my voice holds up. Kevin Culhane says, sounds good. Sudbury, Ontario. Outstanding. Appreciate you being here. Todd McMillan is here saying he's here from Madoc, Ontario, coming in loud and clear. Great to see you. Ken Crozier is here. Oxbow Lake, New York, doing, he says, after a 116-mile trip up to Long Lake today. I assume that was on a snowmobile. That sounds like a great time. Let's see. Oh, our good friend Rich Shad is here. Those are his sleds that you see on the right side of the screen there, or at least that Polaris is. He says, good evening, everyone from frigid Cleveland, New York. He's a regular viewer. Nice to have you here. Mike Whiteside, regular viewer. Oh, yes. He's asking how Steve, pardon me, Steve Dickinson is doing. I have not heard an update this week, but I know they were getting ready to move him to rehab. So I take that as a good sign. And the last time I spoke to him, he said he was feeling stronger. So hopefully he's continuing on that curve. We thank you for your interest in that. And we thank everyone for their prayers for Steve. Josh Levicker is here, good friend from Turin, New York. Nice to see you, Josh. Jeffrey Kuntz is here up in Gerald, Saskatchewan, Canada. Always look forward to the show. Thank you for that. We look forward to you looking forward to it. Let's see. Danny Carruthers is here. Good evening, everyone from Montreal. Nice to see you. And we need to work something out with Danny to come on. He has a lot of great Ski-Doo videos. All right, comments out of the way. Let's bring our friends on. And as promised, we will get this party started. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
Evening, guys.
Good evening.
Doing good, Mike.
Good. Now, Eric is here, and he's with the Benedeem YouTube channel, and he's here to talk up an event tonight. This is the event. We're going to pop the graphic on the screen. We'll be popping this graphic throughout the night, but before we get too deep into it, we've got to get something out of the way. We've got to congratulate Eric on his recent marriage, just I think a week and a half or so ago. Congratulations to Eric and Kristen. Big round of applause from everyone viewing, if you possibly can.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Eric.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yep.
Yes. Speech.
Speech. I didn't give much of a speech at the wedding, but there is some additional good news that we did kind of announce to everybody. We are expecting our first child in July, and we just found out that it's a girl. So
wonderful.
A lot of good news.
Yeah,
good things happening.
So. Yes, for sure.
Mitch, you got any advice for him? You've been married how long, Mitch? You got any advice for him?
Just do everything she tells you to do, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Happy wife, happy life, right?
That's true.
It's always worked for me.
Yes. And I'm going to ask our viewers to please light up the comment section with congratulations to Eric and Kristen. I'll consider that a personal favor if you could light that up for us. We would appreciate that. And then, of course, the reason we're all here tonight is Eric's got some video clips. He's going to be these clips are to support an event that he's talking up. Do you want to talk up this event real quick, Eric?
Yeah. So a group from up north, Pillar Point Vintage Sleds. They do this event every year. It's called the Hot Dog Ride, and it's in conjunction with the Burns Corner Snow Pals Snowmobile Club, and they leave right from the groomer barn, and we do a route. It's I think all in round trip. It's like 25 miles. At the halfway mark, we stop. They have a Arctic Cat kitchen cutter. We stop. We have hot dogs, chips, whatever. And just hang out for a bit, and then we head back. And I've done it a couple times, and it's just a really fun event. And I think it's about the closest thing that we have in this area. It's reminiscent of the heyday of vintage sleds. When they weren't vintage, when they were new. So
nice. you can indulge a little cathartic wish and try to travel back in time on this ride.
Yeah, from I came a lot later, and just how everybody describes it. It's kind of how I envision what snowmobiling in the 60s and 70s was like.
Nice, that's cool.
What it's like to have a sore back, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they do a really good job grooming the trails for the the vintage sleds, and I know they didn't have anything like the snowcats, the tuckers, and the piston bullies, and all the drags back then. So it lessens the blow a little bit, but
yes,
yeah, 25 miles is a good distance.
Yes, but you're right though, to see all of these period sleds on the trail at one time, you can indulge in kind of a time warp thing in your mind that you've traveled back in time.
Yeah, can't beat the smell. It's just
yes,
it's an unreal experience. It's I
how many
coined the
snowmobiles
phrase.
there, Eric?
What's that?
How many snowmobiles they're expecting?
Oh, I think like 75 to 100 is the number. I'm not very good at estimating. I'll go to a show and I'll be like, oh yeah, I think there was like 60 sleds, and then come to find out it was like 160. And then vice versa. It's like, oh, there's like 100 sleds there. It's like, no, there was only like 30. Like, oh,
it's true. Well, cool. He's got a video clip. He's got 4 video clips we're going to look at tonight that help to support this show. See what they were doing last year. But we're getting lit up with comments. We're going to look at them real quick. Denny Carruthers says, "Good evening, everybody from Montreal." Oh, we played that one. We look at that one. But thank you, Danny. Pitt Grunt says, "Big show this weekend at the Midwest Ride-In in Minnesota." So anyone in Minnesota, be looking for that. Mike Whiteside says, "Congratulations to Eric." Appreciate that. Stacy and Art Fosler say congratulations. Mike Whiteside says, "Are you going to name the baby Elan?"
No. That's my other half isn't as into the vintage snowmobiles as I am, so
Sure.
that'd be a tough sell.
For sure. Good idea, though, Mike. Thank you for that. Pig Grunt says, "Congratulations, Eric." And then Eric's father is viewing tonight. Our good friend Ben from Vintage Mini Bike Lovers says, "Congratulations to Eric and Kristen. Rumor has it Eric is already working on a Mini Z for his Mini Me." Very cool. Mini Z. Ivan May says, "Congratulations, Eric." John Spranger does as well. Appreciate that. Mad Dog says, "Congratulations on the wedding. My wife put her foot down and said no race sleds in the living room. I hope yours is more understanding." Nice. Dave Trim says, "Hello from Carthage, New York. Nice to see you." Steve Woodward is here saying good evening. Appreciate that. And our good friend Midnight Rider says, "Congratulations to Eric." So thank you, friends, for
appreciate all the comments.
That
yeah, it's funny. Couple comments back. Every once in a while on the internet, you see videos of old Blizzards or EXTs or the race sleds in the living room. It's how'd they get away with that? And I wonder if that's like it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission kind of scenario.
Yeah, I'll move it out next week, honey. I'll get right to it. Now, one last comment. Dirk Seam says, "Hello from Minnesota." He's going to be heading to the MWVSS Midwest Vintage Snowmobile Show this weekend. He's going to try to get us some footage. Thank you for that, Dirk. We look forward to that, and we will for sure share that on the show and maybe even bring you on to talk it up for us. We appreciate that. But without further ado, we've been talking about this hot dog ride. I've got a clip here. Let me load it up, and we'll take a look.
2, 3.
What's the word of the day, Rich?
Hope.
Yeah, that's how vintage sleds run. Hopes and dreams.
Hopes and dreams. That's right. Hopes and dreams.
You never know what can happen on these vintage runs. Shame, because it was running pretty good. But as you can see, we're down to like a single strand holding that together, and it's slipped out, so I don't even have any throttle control. Shoot. I didn't get any riding footage. The GoPro mount on my helmet is about ready to fall off, and definitely couldn't risk losing the GoPro. So yeah, this is Very unfortunate set of circumstances today. I know the video's not what you're used to seeing, but you know, we still had fun. We got the sled out. And I still like vintage snowmobiling, even though this year has been kind of crazy for me. Not gone the way I wanted to at all. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We're back here in Barnes Corners for another vintage ride. Please like the video, comment, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. So this is the second ride of the year at Barnes Corners with the Pillar Point group. I was back in January. I was here with the Colt that you saw me ride. If you haven't seen that video, I'll pop a link in the description. Check that out. It was a good day. But yeah, we're getting ready to head out soon, I think. I'm gonna do a quick little walk around, show you the sleds, and we'll go from there. Hopefully get a lot of the action. As I said in my last video, I'm down to one GoPro battery, cold weather battery, so I know I'm not gonna be able to get the whole ride, but I'll see if I can at least get the beginning, middle, and end for you. Thank you. I appreciate you watching. Please enjoy. What's the word of the day, Rich?
Hope.
Yeah, that's how vintage sleds run. Hopes and dreams.
Hopes and dreams, that's right. Hopes and runs, hopes and take it back.
You never know what can happen on these vintage runs.
Did you? Oh yeah, yeah. You know, I can't. I mean,
So here's the Arctic Cat kitchen cutter. We're gonna stop halfway and have some hot dogs, hence the Pillar Point hot dog ride. Pretty cool. Don't see these very often. And of course, we got the Scandic, so we're gonna get heading out. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
So yes, I forgot to mention earlier, this video clip comes courtesy of the Benedeem YouTube channel. And the gentleman behind that channel is just below me here on the left, Eric Benedetto. And Eric, did you want to talk this up at all, what we just looked at?
Obviously, I made this video, so, I kind of remember it, but I also haven't watched it probably since I put it out. So this is a good reminder for me too, but there's a good mix of sleds there that day.
Yeah. Well,
Some of the rides in our area, it just seems like a lot of people are pushing like the 90s sleds that, don't really fit in with what I like, the early 70s and 60s sleds. So there's a really good mix of sleds there, some newer and older.
Definitely. And shout out to our good friend Rich Shad right there, who's viewing tonight.
Yeah, the line vintage sleds run on hopes and dreams. That that becomes apparent for me later on in this video. You'll see, but it's the truth. Those things they're just so finicky. Once you think you got them going good, and something else pops up.
Yes.
But,
sure.
Yeah, it was a great day. The trails were great.
Nice.
No.
Yeah, like you said, a good mix of sleds there. And Rob and Midge, reactions to this?
yeah, as Eric was saying, you think of vintage snowmobiling as, sleds out of the 60s and 70s, but, maybe 80s. But when you consider the 90s is now 30 years old, even the sleds that look like they were, they look modern, as far as the very early sleds are concerned. Those sleds are still 30 some years old. So
yep.
It's hard to believe, but they are,
My 2010, which that's my modern sled, that's 16 years old. It's won't be long now until it can qualify for one of these rides, and that's just
25 in a short time. Yeah,
hard to fathom. But
time marches on.
Crazy.
Definitely, ride like this where there's a good mix, from probably late 60s on. It really kind of shows the progression of the sport, and also it really illustrates how much more character the sleds had in the beginning. I think as time moves on, all the sleds look the same.
They all look the same. That's exactly what I say.
And speaking just like the Skidoo lineup, every model, all 5 or 6 models they put out, in 72, they all look different.
Yeah.
Now they got different sleds, they got, mountain sleds and trail sleds and, yada, 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 but they all at the core, they look the same. The only difference is the colors.
Yeah.
Just a lot less character.
Same as the automobiles today. You can't tell a Ford from a Chevrolet anymore.
Yeah.
For sure. And Rob, anything to add to this?
I like the selection. And with that caboose right there, I've never seen a caboose like that one before. The one with the helmet. Yeah.
Yeah, that's enclosed. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I like the cat cutter. That's a good idea.
Black and orange too.
Yeah.
You get those cutters in. Yeah.
And then this is the VIP sled right here. Make way for the Cook sled, right? Or the
make sure that makes it.
That thing is cool. So the first hot dog ride that we went on, me, my dad, and Rich, I actually rode one of Rich's Polaris's, but my dad had the Alpine then. He was Randy, the kind of the leader of the group. He was pulling the kitchen cutter with that bubble nose that has the yellow cutter, and it didn't quite have the stuff to make it up some of the hills. So we had to take like the heavy drinks and some of the heavier items out of the kitchen cutter. My dad was on the Alpine with a cutter, and we had to lighten the load for that little bubble nose.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a good shot of it there too. Well, cool. Now we've got comments that have come in. Where's my place here? Okay, here we go. Yes, Rich Shad says congratulations. I think we did that one. Tim Bewick does. And Mike Whiteside says those are some sweet sleds there. Thank you for that. My Midnight Rider says check out all the wedges. He's talking about Polaris EXTs with the blacked out windshields and headlights. Yes, there were a lot of them there. Pardon me. Ben from Vintage Mini Bike Lovers says it was a very well attended event. You are correct, Eric. There was a wide range of very nice snowmobiles there. Yes. Oh, and our good friend Dave from Alaska Railroad is here saying good evening, everyone. Nice to see you. Good deal. Good deal. So let's pull this away. We're going to do AMSOIL and announcements, and we've got a whole lot to show you. We're just getting started. Rob, if you're ready, we'll put you full screen and you can talk to us about AMSOIL. And I've got those graphics ready for you too when you're ready.
We're ready. A number of times we talked about the AMSOIL Interceptor, the AMSOIL Dominator oil, but AMSOIL was the first synthetic oil to be on the market. Everybody else claims that they were out there first. We were the first one that had the API approval. That was back in 1972. And all the other oil companies said, you're going to be sued because our oil was warranted for 25,000 miles, give you up as high as 25% better gas mileage, and it poured at 60 below zero and it's good over the 400. And all the other oil companies says, you can't do that, you're going to be sued. Well, halfway through the year, AMSOIL came out with their 100-to-1 two-cycle oil. And the companies all laughed at us. No way an engine would run on 100-to-1. That was over 50 years ago, and we're still selling the same product at 100-to-1. And back in those days, too, Mike's got a little ad he's going to pop up for us from one of the snowmobile magazines from 1978 or something, AMSOIL PI. It was an additive you add to the gas. We still got that product available, and it's different now because of the ethanol and all that, but the product we have is still called the PI. And AMSOIL used to give you guaranteed 7.5% increase in gas mileage or 100% of your money back if you got over 50,000 kilometers in the vehicle. Guess what? It didn't give you any better gas mileage. It brought the gas mileage up to what the vehicle was when it was new. Because after 50,000 kilometers, the injector's getting dirty, gas tanks get dirt in them, the fuel filters start plugging up. By putting a product in like this, it cleaned it all and kept everything running clean. I got close to 1 million miles on my truck, and I've never changed the catalytic converter. And the guy says, it's because you're adding the additive. I had one bottle every 5,000 miles. I had one bottle. He says, that's why your catalytic converter is never plugged up. It's still running clean. And I do it just to keep the injectors clean. But besides having that, we got the diesel fuel additives. And with diesel fuel, we have a cetane additive, with CoFlow. And then we also have all-in-one cetane additive, diesel injector and cleaner, CoFlow, and something else all in the same bottle. We have a number of different products available ever since back in 1972 when we come out. But if you want more information about any of those products, I don't know where my magazine is, Mike. You can click on Mike's site and get a free magazine sent to you. And if you want to know the best possible way to buy the product, under Mike's link, you can click on Become a Preferred Customer. Costs you $10 for 6 months. You order $100 worth, you get it shipped right to your house. If you order $100 worth, this week they got a promotion thing on. Do you have that clip, Mike?
I do. Yep.
There you go. Until February 10th. Order $100 worth, you get the hitch cover.
Yes.
So more information about how to get the discount, click on Mike's site down below.
Yes, and we thank everyone who's been using my referral number to order AMSOIL. That's how we pay the bills here at the podcast. And when you order using my referral number, Rob and I both benefit because I'm signed up as an AMSOIL dealer under Rob. So if you like what you see here with the podcast and everything and enjoy our smiling faces and you want to support all that, please use my referral number, and that's exactly what you'll be doing. And we thank you for doing that. Well, cool. On to announcements. Midge has an announcement. Shall I pop that graphic, Midge?
Sure. Yeah, our good friend Raymond Belanger has gone through a triple bypass today. And I just wanted to reach out to all of our snowmobile friends to maybe keep Ray in their prayers tonight, and we hope that he turns out okay. Ray.
Oh, Midge might be locking up. Can you guys hear Midge?
No.
All right, I think Midge froze up. I'll try to continue as best I can. But Ray, who's having the triple bypass today, he's the gentleman in front of that open trailer in the Ski-Doo jacket and the bomber hat. And some of his sons are in the picture, and as well as a few others. But Ray is very active in racing, both snowmobiles and automobiles through the years, one of the top guys in northern New Hampshire, and good friend of ours as well. Also, Ray's son, Mark, is a good friend to ours as well. Here he is at the Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame induction ceremony in 2020. He accepted an award for Tom Peters, and we appreciate that. That's Midge in the middle and Paul Crane on the left. But yes, if you could include Ray, again, the gentleman third from, if you're going from the right, he's the third guy in front of that open trailer with the Ski-Doo jacket and the bomber helmet, the bomber hat, I should say. He's having triple bypass surgery today. Please include him in your prayers. We would very much appreciate it. The one thing I really like about this Vintage Snowmobile thing is it's a very tight-knit community. We're all friends. And that's what friends do for each other, is support each other and include in prayers when things like this are going on. And if you could light up the comment section with prayers for Ray Belanger, we would very much appreciate that. And Midge is back on. Did you anything else you wanted to add to that, Midge?
Well, in this lineup here, Ray is the gentleman standing directly in front of the opening of that trailer. The third from the right, as you look at the photo. And his two sons are there. His grandson is there, and two or three of his friends. And David Fortin is beside him. David Fortin is the son of the great Bob Fortin. David has won a Kilkenny Cup. You can thank Ray for how well those sleds go and how well the stock cars go. He's just a pure genius. He's a great guy. The Belanger family is a wonderful family. They'll give the shirt right off their back for you. And so just keep him in our prayers.
Yes. Yeah, and we thank everyone for doing that. We really appreciate that. And I have to put it out there too. This is a community. So anytime there's someone in this community that's associated with vintage snowmobiles that's going through something like this, whether it's someone who's passed away or going through a difficult situation or health issues, please send us an image and we'll do a prayer request for them. I do believe in the power of that, and I think that's why we're here as a community. We're in a unique position to do something like this for the community. And we've got some comments that have come in.
Tell you too, all of the shows that we go to, their sleds always win top prize, don't they, Mike? They're vintage sleds that they restore.
Yes, and Mark Belanger is one of the top restorers of in New England.
Yeah,
that's Mark on the right there.
Yeah,
he did this restoration here.
Yeah,
and those of you who know, help me out, Midge. I'm having a senior moment. The moto ski that took in Old Forge a few years ago that he restored for legendary racer. Blank on his name.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Herbie Yancey.
Yeah,
Herbie Yancey. And that sled, I think, was it best of show or favorite? I'm drawing a blank on it, but it was People's Choice or something at the 2022 Vintage National Show in Old Forge. But he restored that sled. That's where we're going as far as the credentials of our good friend Mark Belanger. He's one of the top restorers, this guy on the right. But did I get to all the comments? I'm kind of clicking around here. Okay. John Springer Jr. is wanting to know, Rob, do you have an additive to keep diesel fuel DEF from freezing?
Nope.
No. Okay. Sure. And Ben from Vintage Mini Bike Lovers says, we keep Ray Belanger in our prayers for a speedy recovery. Thank you for that. We appreciate that. Mike Whiteside, thoughts and prayers for Ray. Thank you for that. Mr. Mac 313 says, get well soon. Thank you. Pit Grunt says, we love those Elans and we pray for Ray. Thank you. And yes, here we go. Glenn Ford is saying Herb Yancey. Thank you. I was having a senior moment there, drawing a blank on names. That's part of the senior experience, is drawing blanks on names. But yes.
I keep going in and out tonight, apparently. Herb Yancey.
Yes.
He built that motor ski, and Herb won top prize out there for that. So
yeah, that trophy is as tall as he was.
Yeah.
And David Alaska Road says, I agree, Mike. When I go out riding by myself, I'm not worried. If I have an issue, I know someone will stop and ask if I'm okay. Snowmobile riders are like family. Yes.
Absolutely.
That's one of the wonderful things about this community. Couple quick comments I need to make here. We've got a couple of shows we're promoting this coming weekend. Newport Center, Vermont. The Tatro Family and Country Riders Snowmobile Club are putting on a show this Saturday in Newport Center, Vermont on Tatro Road. Try to make it if you're in the area. And then, of course, next weekend is the Crane Show, February 7th, Saturday, February 7th. You do not want to miss that show if you're in these parts. And I think that's it for announcements. We've got some viewer video clips we're going to look at, and then we're going to get right back into Eric's videos. So let me, yeah, sorry, I'm just darting around here on my clicking. So our good friend and viewer, Midnight Rider, sent me a video clip from his childhood. He says, this video was taken where I was born and raised in rural Foston, Minnesota in 1989. This is of me on my 77 Scorpion Little Whip, which is his first sled. Just going through some old home movies and found this. Feel free to use it. If not, he was 14 years old in 1989. So let me pull up that clip. This is our good friend Midnight Rider when he was 14. Let's take a look. This is a great little video clip here. It's taking a moment to load. Yeah, sorry for the delay. It's taking a moment to load here. If I start clicking around, I'll crash the browser. Here we go. Yeah, good times right there. Any reactions to this, guys?
Pretty lucky guy for 14.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
good
to pick
times.
up a four-wheeler or a snowmobile.
Yeah. Best of both worlds right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the good old days.
Yeah, I remember that, just making tracks in the yard.
Yeah.
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 And who knew they had reverse back in the day, right? Look at that. That's me doing that. So yeah, thank you so. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you to our good friend Midnight Rider for that footage. We really appreciate that. He's really good about sending video clips to us, and we really appreciate that.
Does he still have that Ford pickup?
That's a good question, Midnight Rider. If you still have that, let us know. And we got Mudbrats. Oh, cool. Mudbrats is here saying, "Hey guys, that is Gary Porter. He does the I think it's called the Snowbrats Modern Snowmobile Podcast every Monday night. He's a good friend of ours. Thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate that." Also, David from Alaska Railroad says, "Awesome video. I was 14 too when I started on a 71 Arctic Cat Panther. Yeah, nice, with the leopard skin seat, no less." Mad Dog 6493 says, "I remember those little whips at the dealer when they were new. Nice looking at those sleds back in the day." Yes. And our good friend Reese Fleury is here saying, I bought my grandfather a little whip or his granddaughter a little whip for her first sled. Yeah, very cool. Those whips were nice. Mike Whiteside says, "That's awesome. Parents buying those fantastic toys." Yeah, for sure. Oh, here we go. Midnight Rider says, "My dad sold it years ago. Unfortunately, they weren't worth much in the early 90s. Yeah, it's true. Who knew that they would become what this is as far as collectability and the celebration around it? Okay, so cool. We've got one more video clip. This is from our good friend Mike Cohn. He was on here a couple of weeks ago. He owns the VSCA quarterly magazine about vintage snowmobiles. He sent me a video clip of his 2 Mercury snowmobiles. Let's load this up and take a look. So yes, thank you to Mike Cohn for that video clip of his Mercury snowmobiles.
Beautiful.
Yes. Reaction to that, guys?
What's the two models? One has one headlight, one has two.
That's a good question.
Other than that, they
290
look
or
the
220?
same.
Yeah.
They
If
look
anybody
like the
knows
same
about
here.
Mercury's,
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
if
not
I've
familiar
seen
with
two
Mercury
like
at
that
all.
in the same place before.
good point.
Usually, maybe you see one like that pop up at a show, but those are nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very, very strange design, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
A lot
goes back to what I said. Sleds back then just, they were all unique. They all had character.
More
Yeah.
distinctive. And a lot of people say the front end of these looks a lot like a train coming at you.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
One might be like a 69 and the other one a 70 or something with the double headlights.
Yeah.
They might be different year sleds, but the same
Yeah.
model.
Either that or different models from the same year.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Yeah. But if anybody knows anything about these, if Mike Cohn is viewing too, oh, here we go. Yeah, Kevin Colhane says a 68 and 69. So yeah,
Okay.
nice. And Stacy and Art Fosler say they had a 70 Mercury 250 ER. Oh, okay. Here we go. Mike Whiteside said those sleds look like they should be pulling an 8-foot disc out the back 40. Yes. And then, Ben from Vintage Mini Bike Lovers says, "Don't think I ever saw an exhaust that exited out the rear of the tunnel. That's a cool feature." Yes. And John Springer Jr. is saying the same. They had a pipe out the rear. And Dirk Seams is commenting on that as well. So it looked like they had seat heaters, he says. Yes. I wonder if it served that, if it kept the seat warm at all. Well, cool. So let's pull this away. Thank you again to Mike Cohn for that. And we're going to go back into what you all came here for, and that is to view some video clips from our good friend Eric at the top right corner. He does the Benedeem YouTube channel. And we're promoting an upcoming event right now. And Eric, if you will, I'm going to pop the graphic. And if you could, for those just joining us, if you could talk up this event real quick, just to get people up to speed.
Yeah, February 15th. It's put on by Pillar Point and Barnes Corners, where they're meeting at the Groomer Barn at 10 a.m. in Barnes Corners and leaving out at 11. It's like a 26-mile round trip ride. Halfway, we stop and make hot dogs and have lunch, and then we head back.
Nice. Just
So
like
it's
reliving the.
free to attend. That's the other thing that's worth
What was the
mentioning.
last point?
It's free to attend.
Free. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yep.
And like he said, it's a lot like traveling back in time. And Stacy and Art Fosler say too, the muffler was under the seat. Yes, a lot of people commenting on that. And he said,
I didn't even notice that.
I didn't either. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that.
Yes. Well, cool. So with that in mind, we've got some video clips to support this ride this upcoming ride that Eric is talking about. So let's play another video clip from that. And if you're in that area, please do check that out. Here's another clip from the hot dog ride.
So I'm having troubles with the throttle cable. It's just about frayed, ready to snap. It's not like a single strand, so I'm probably heading back, unfortunately. The GoPro mount on my helmet is ripping off, so I didn't really get any video. But that's what Vintage Snowmobile is like. You never know what's going to happen. So it's going to be a quick video. I'm probably just going to head back to the truck just so I don't break down. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
So the devil has got a single strand of wire holding that throttle together.
Not sure what I'm gonna do, but it's always something. So I'm gonna head back, but I'm gonna grab everyone, video everyone as they're riding by. So I made it back to the truck. Not the day I was hoping for, but throttle cable was just frayed and about ready to snap, and I knew better than to push my luck and keep going. So we were only a few miles from the truck, and I just head back. The group went on, and my dad with Scandic went on, but I just decided to head back. Like I said, no sense pushing my luck. I could have cobbed it together, figured something out, but just not didn't want to do 20 miles like that. So yeah, it's a shame because it was running pretty good, but as you can see, we're down to like a single strand holding that together, and it's slipped out, so I don't even have any throttle control. So I'm gonna grab a screwdriver, see if I can get that tweaked, so at least I have some throttle loaded in the trailer, so I don't have to manually actuate it. Be kind of tough, but yeah, I'm gonna hopefully get the group as they ride back. I'm not sure how to time that, but hopefully figure something out. I got them when we were heading out of the first checkpoint, so I know the video's a little lacking. There's a oh yeah, shoot, I didn't get any riding footage. The GoPro mount on my helmet is about ready to fall off, and definitely couldn't risk losing the GoPro. So yeah, this is very unfortunate set of circumstances today. I know the video's not what you're used to seeing, but you know, we still had fun. We got the sled out. And I still like vintage snowmobiling, even though this year has been kind of crazy for me. Not going the way I wanted to at all. But like I always say, anything can happen on these vintage runs. So thank you very much. Like the video. And if you're new to my channel and you like what you see, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it.
So yeah, that video clip comes courtesy of the Benedeem YouTube channel. And the man behind that is with us tonight as our guest. He's just below me in the on the left here. Reactions to this, guys?
Eric, you never drove home without a cable before?
I could have, but you know, doing that is dependent on the sled actually running the whole time as it is. So, you know,
Yep.
I could have done 15 miles, you know, working the throttle by hand, and then it just decided it didn't want to go nowhere, and then I'm really, you know, out far. So.
I've had my hand down there by the carb working the throttle, and every time you hit a bump, the throttle goes wide open. You almost fall off, and then and most of the time it happened when you're going around a corner. I've gone over 10 miles like that before.
Yeah, what I didn't talk about was when I got back, I did end up messing with it, and I got the throttle. You know, I yanked it through and got it to hold together for a little bit, and did some riding around, you know, close to the trailer, and it did end up snapping. So I did end up loading it by hand, and it's interesting. But
and did you have a bungee cord on the front of that?
Yeah, as many of those plastic hood Olympics are, the hinges are busted. So,
have you ever had an opportunity to ride in that? Not the Elite.
The Elite, no. There's a good friend who I've bought a lot of sleds from. He has one that someday I will own, but you gotta get the funding. But
yeah, one of my friends had one, but there's a lineup to go for rides with them.
Yeah, they ride that. They were at the ride. See, there's two rides in Barnes Corners, two vintage rides. There was one the day of my wedding, actually, so I couldn't go. But they were at both of them last year. So you don't see them very often. It's just cool to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just at this point in the year, our winter was so crazy, so hectic, and so much snow that I was just so beaten down. I was like, you know, I'm just gonna head back before something worse happens. You know,
Yeah.
I could have made something work. We could have figured something out, but it just wouldn't have been as fun. And I will say, goes back to one of the comments we had tonight. Everybody was so concerned, you know, oh, I'll ride back with you, and you know, this and that. And I was like, no, I'm fine. Like, I didn't want to ruin anybody else's fun. I just wanted to, you know, go back before I was really, you know, dead in the water. And the ride back, it was like 3 miles to the truck. That was the best ride I've ever had on a vintage snowmobile. It was just me taking my time, taking in the scenery. And I wasn't worried. I knew the sled would get me back.
Yeah.
And worst case scenario, there was a lot of sled traffic that day. Somebody would have found me eventually if I broke down. But yeah, there's my custom. The hood latches or hood hinges are busted, like most of them are on those plastic hoods, and that's just how I keep it from doing any more damage.
Yeah. Nice. And Midge, reaction to this?
Yeah, no, that's what happens. That's the snowmobiling I remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
But just like you said, if you're out in the middle of the woods or something and the throttle cable breaks, you just one hand it all the way back. And
Yes, we've all done it.
but because when you're riding with a bunch like that, if you're in the middle of the pack, it'd make it tough for people following you. It would make it tough, and so I think he did the right thing. Maybe
Yes.
just heading back.
We've me and my dad have always talked about putting together like an emergency, small toolkit and some, general necessities, and we just, we haven't even had winter, so it's really not even been a really concern up until last year when we actually went on every single ride that was, planned because we actually had snow. So,
right.
In a sense, we weren't ready, but we were ready. we were going. If something were to happen, the sled would get back to the truck one way or another. I'm not too concerned about it. Just send it. It is what it is.
Right. But right. I did hear a few of those triple Polarises. They sounded pretty good.
Yeah, and I tried to count as they were going by. I stopped counting at like 70, so there was at least 70 sleds. There were some modern sleds mixed in, but
Nice.
good mix of sleds there.
And speaking of those wedge Polarises, Ben from Vintage Mini Bike Lovers says someone mentioned all those great wedge snowmobiles. He said there's a group called Wedge Life. Believes a lot of those riders are part of that group as well as members of the Pillar Point group. Nice. And then Ben also, apparently he's heard from Mark Belanger. Ray's surgery went well. He'll be in ICU for recovery for a couple of days. The family is very appreciative and thanks everyone for their thoughts and prayers. Thank you for that update, and that is wonderful news. Yes. Yeah,
Wonderful.
exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
And,
Wonderful.
and please keep Ray in your continue to keep Ray in your prayers. We appreciate that. David from Alaska Railroad says that cable made me think of my 86 Indy 400 when I noticed the oil injector cable was being held by one strand. It could have been bad. The good Lord was looking out for me that day, he said. Nice.
Yeah.
And Darren Bradley from Sudbury, Ontario is here. Says, looks like a fun ride. Thank you, Darren. Appreciate that. And it's good to have you here. Reese Fleury says, Red Devils rule. Yes.
Yeah, I got my Red Devil license plate right here.
Nice. And then Glad Ford says, apparently 81 sleds. Must be the wedges he's talking about.
That sounds right. I stopped counting after like 70, but
sure.
To go along with my dad's comment about that Wedge Life group on Facebook, he does a really good job of that page. He posts a lot of interesting stuff, and it's mostly like the wedges, but there is some other stuff that he posts from time to time. But it's really good quality snowmobile content. I'm not a Polaris guy, and I follow it just because it is so interesting.
Nice. Yeah, so if people like the wedges or just the Wedge Life, do look for that. And we're here tonight talking about this upcoming event, and we've got video clips from last year to support it. We're going to look at one more clip here before we close. I can't believe how fast this hour went by. But did you want to talk this up real quick, Eric, before we roll that last clip for people just joining us?
Yeah, February 15th, Pillar Point Vintage Sleds and Barn Corner Snow Pails puts on a vintage ride. They leave from the Groomer Barn. It's about a 26-mile ride, and at the halfway point, we stop and cook hot dogs. They have a Articat kitchen cutter that they pull, and they cook cook hot dogs trailside, and it's just a great time. It really is. It's totally free. There's a pancake breakfast, prior to the ride, which that's I'm not sure if it's $10 all you can eat. I don't know if that goes to the club, or I'm sure it's for a good cause, but the hot dog ride portion is totally free. They pull a permit, so you don't have to have your sled registered, liability insurance is kind of just the one thing that you'd want to have. So
Yes. Well, cool.
And,
Well, let's take. Go ahead.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
this next clip is the really fun part. Is where we're at the halfway point, and I broke down, or I left. I bowed out, but I hopped in my truck and drove to the halfway point so I could film the sleds and participate in the lunch because I was pretty hungry. Not gonna lie. So
Yes, for sure. Well, cool. Let's take a look at that clip.
Well, I got it loaded up. As you can see, I ended up snapping the cable. I was actually messing around with the tuning a little bit here. It seemed like it was just idling very high, and I messed with the carb settings a little bit, and I actually think I got it running pretty good. But I'm gonna load up here, strap down, and I'm actually gonna drive to the hot dog site, so at least I can get another video of the sleds and get a hot dog. So thanks for watching. As always, I appreciate it. So looks like there's going to be more to this video than I originally anticipated, but that's a good thing. Thank you. I made it to the checkpoint for the hot dog ride. Check this out. There's a lot of sleds here. This is awesome. Didn't see that kitchen cutter. I was gonna get a picture of that in use for you guys. But yeah, very cool. 971 340 TNT reminds me of mine. So, yeah, I'm gonna grab a hot dog. Probably get the video of these guys leaving at least, and man, this is cool. They're just about ready to pull out. I'm gonna get a bird's eye view of them leaving. Barnes Corners grooming barn. I'm just gonna try and grab a shot of all the sleds coming back. Man, that GoPro battery died when I was trying to film the sleds leaving the halfway mark. It's frustrating. That was such a good shot too, but yeah, let's see what I get here.
there's somebody getting towed back in. Hate to see that.
I know.
Yes, so thank you so much to the Benedeem YouTube channel for these video clips. We really appreciate that. And the creator of that channel is with us tonight. He's the second man down, Eric. Appreciate that, Eric. Reactions to this, guys?
Looks like they had a lot of fun at that event.
Nice trip. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Very
a good
nice.
time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and when you're there at the halfway point, all the sleds are lined up, and the girls going. It's just you had to
That's pretty
experience
cool.
it. I can't tell you how cool it is. You just had to experience it.
Absolutely. Totally
Yeah.
understand.
It's like a sled show and a cookout at the same time. It's pretty cool.
Yes. I love watching this in action. This is quite the operation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pause on it here. It's hard to stop where I want to.
Yeah. That's all self-contained.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
And it does remind me of the ride-ins from the old days, from the good old days in the 70s.
Yeah.
That was such a joyous experience. Midge will attest.
Yeah. Used
How
to
much
stop
fun that
and
was.
find some dry wood and get a fire going, throw a hot dog on, and yeah, it was fun.
Yes. So much fun.
Yeah.
And in fact, that memories of that fun is why I do this podcast. Is to me those are just wonderful memories.
Yeah.
And there was something else I wanted to see if I can find on this. There was a cat pulling a dog sled looking kind of sled. And I wanted to pause on that because we had something very similar to that when I was a kid, and I was the guy that would ride on the back of that. And I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Is that one of the ones where somebody could stand on the back and two right inside?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. My brother would ride in the front of the sled, and I would stand on the back, and I loved it because a lot of body
like
angles.
that Alouette.
Yes.
What
With
was
those
beside
dog
the
sled
other
type of sleds, with those dog sled type of sleds, there's a lot of body English if you want to stay on the back of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was in this clip, Mike, or the other one.
Oh, maybe it was. Yeah.
I remember seeing it in the second one.
Yeah.
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 But we've
That
all
might have
seen
been the
those.
first one.
Oh, wait, was this? Oh, right here.
It
Right.
was right there. Yeah.
Right there.
There it is.
I know in the
Yeah.
second clip you see it in action, but
Sure.
Yeah.
And then
And
We're
that's
a
for
little
fuel that
over.
anybody runs out, is it? The
What's
fuel
that?
can? That has the fuel can in case anybody runs out of fuel?
yes, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And we've got some comments that have come in. Let's see here. Trying to find my place. Okay, here we go. Midnight Rider says thoughts and prayers to Ray and a speedy recovery. Another great show. He says, thank you, Eric. One marriage tip, he says, when your wife is interested in something that means a lot and you got no interest, just go and enjoy major brownie points. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. And then David from Alaska Railroad says, good show. Thank you, Eric, for the videos. Also, God willing that Ray has a full recovery. Yes, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Mike Whiteside says, awesome show tonight. Thank you for that. John Springer Jr. says the same. Another awesome show. Thank you for sharing, Eric. Todd McMillan says, lots of nice sleds. Ben says, you notice how on the return the sleds were coming in dribs and drabs. There was a couple of people that broke down and the whole group got spread out. And then our good friend Rich Shad is here saying thoughts and prayers for Ray. Thank you for that. Hoping for a speedy recovery. He also says those kitchen cutters are big money if you can even find one. Interesting.
Yep.
And then Tim
Oh,
Bewick
that wasn't custom made, that kitchen cover?
No, that was a legitimate thing Arctic did. I think they were more of like a promotional item, but
wow.
Really? Oh, I thought.
there was a couple different versions of them.
Yeah, I didn't know
That's
that.
cool. I didn't know that they made that either. That is cool. Yeah, in the early 70s, Cat made everything. And then Tim Bewick says, great show, guys. Have a good week. Glenn Ford says, FYI, this weekend is the Boonville, New York show. It's a festival that goes on for 2 days, racing along with Vintage Sled Show on Saturday. So, yes, if you're in that area, check that out. Great show, says Ben. Thank you, and see you next week. And I appreciate everyone saying good night and everything. But if you guys are game, I'm going to play one more clip because we have one, and we can go for a little while if we want to. Mad Dog says, my club used to have a cookout on a farm in that area. It was a ball. Everyone would ride in, and they would have a big fire and chili and hot chocolate. Always a good time. Yes. Yeah, and my memory of it, too, when I was a kid is we'd get together with this one family who Midge has met, the Page family, and we'd ride together, and we'd meet up with some other people, and we'd either join their group or they'd join ours. And we'd go like that, and more people would join, and we'd stop midday for hot dogs, cook hot dogs on the side of the trail, making a fire. And we'd keep riding all day until we ended up at a restaurant for supper. And the restaurant was just jammed with, dozens or even hundreds of snowmobilers. But, yeah, so what do you guys think? One more video clip before we close it out?
Sure.
Let's do it. All right, that's the spirit. All right, let me load up this clip. This is one more from Eric, another clip from the hot dog ride. Let's take a look.
Video this sled a bunch, but man, I like this thing. 1971 TNT 340 single. Nice 1970 Caboose Mark 1. It's actually a Mark 2 at decals. The badge is wrong. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. One last parting shot. So, not the day that I hoped for, but I hope I got some good video for you. Anyways, I know this has kind of been a whirlwind. If you're still with me, I appreciate you sticking it out. As always, I thank you for watching. Please comment, tell me your favorite sled, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this season for riding is kind of winding down. This might have been the last hurrah. We might get one more, late March, early April storm, but this might have been the last good weekend. So now we get to fix up some sleds and get them ready for next season. So thanks, everybody.
So yes, if you've been joining us tonight, please patronize the Benedeem YouTube channel. Some of the best vintage snowmobile videos on YouTube, and the gentleman who does that channel is with us tonight as our guest. That's Eric Benedetto. And any reactions to that clip we were just looking at, guys?
So, Eric, that last Skidoo was only a single cylinder pulling that caboose? Wow. and it didn't look like a child in the caboose. That looked like an adult.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find that. Here we go.
Yeah. That's a nice looking caboose.
That is.
Yeah.
That's a beauty.
It's a nice sled.
No matter what anybody says, the cabooses were cold.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like that a lot.
Yeah, that's a nice sled.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a beauty.
Good times. And then a wedge right behind it and another Ski-Doo behind that. Yeah, good times right there.
Yeah.
And you're right. It's a great way to relive those glory days and those experiences of the past when they used to have those ride-ins and rides and everything. That was just so much fun. And, we've got comments coming in. Where are we here? Mad Dog says, nice show tonight. See you next week. Yes, thank you for that. Appreciate that. And David from Alaska Road says, those TXs pitter-pattered my insides, he says. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And Mitch knows what he means, too, I'll bet.
Yeah.
And Dirk Seam says, nice show, guys. We appreciate that. Thank you for that. Oh, and Ben says, the TNT owner and his wife were relatively local. I asked for pointers on encouraging passengers. Yes. Nice. Well, cool. So I'm going to pull this away, and we have come to that time of night where it's time to wind her down. Sadly, all things good things come to an end, but the good news is we're going to have another fun episode next week. So be sure and join us. Final comments. We'll go clockwise. Eric.
Yeah. So first of all, thanks for having me on the podcast again, Mike, and featuring my content. I greatly appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. I would do this every week if I could. It's
sure.
The hour and 18 minutes we're up to now. It's the fastest hour and 18 minutes I've experienced all week. So thank you. Thank you to everybody for the kind words towards me and my wife. We appreciate that. It's very nice of all of you to congratulate us. It was a big it's been a big month for us, so we appreciate it. And as far as the hot dog ride this year, that is in a couple weeks. As of right now, the Red Devil, the sled that I had there last year that didn't make it, it's not ready to go. I still got turf skis on that sled, so somehow in the next couple of weeks I've got to get the winter skis put back on it, and hopefully we'll have a little redemption. But either way, my GoPro is going to be rolling. I've actually never made it start to finish on my own sled at that ride. The first year I went in one of Rich's Polaris's, and then the second time we went, I didn't make it. So hopefully third time's the charm.
Yes. And Rob?
And Eric, for a wedding suggestion, don't ever buy your wife a sled. I mean, a caboose. tire or sled.
Yeah.
It's no fun riding in the sled. Yeah.
So she has said she would ride in an Elite. They had, $24,000, 2004, whatever modern Elite was. They had one for sale at the national show, and she's like, I'd ride that. And I was like, what about a vintage one? Because that's a little bit more realistic in the budget. But once a year, she does this totally for me. She'll let me hook up the spoos and tow around the yard for 10 minutes or so. So
that's cool. Good times right there.
Yep.
Go ahead, Midge.
I'm coming in and out all night, I guess. I've got the gremlins that Skidoo had last year, so
yeah.
But we thank Eric for the good videos and Mike for showing them, and Rob for being here and showing his products, and we'll see you guys next week.
Definitely.
Yes, definitely. Oh, one more comment.
Keep Ray Belanger in your prayers for sure.
Yes, David from Alaska Railroad says congratulations to Eric, and yes, we'll put one more shot of Ray Belanger. He's the one in front of that open trailer, the Ski-Doo jacket and the bomber hat. He just had open heart surgery today. Apparently the surgery went well, so we ask you to include him in your prayers for a speedy recovery. And as always, thank you to our viewers and to everyone here tonight on the screen. Really appreciate it. Could not do this without you. And as always, the last word goes to AMSOIL. Have a great weekend,
everybody.
Night, everybody.
Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about AMSOIL. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your AMSOIL products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what AMSOIL is and why you should consider using AMSOIL products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. AMSOIL is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses AMSOIL for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that AMSOIL is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because AMSOIL doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And AMSOIL likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of AMSOIL is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, AMSOIL says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the AMSOIL bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the AMSOIL. AMSOIL's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So AMSOIL is an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running AMSOIL than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And AMSOIL is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that AMSOIL has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the AMSOIL experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
AMSOIL has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, AMSOIL will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. Amsoil sends you extra gifts, $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value, and this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering Amsoil. Is that correct?
It is. It is.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an Amsoil order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer discount, or sorry, preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the preferred customer program page, where you can take advantage of all these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order. That gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of this signature series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click Checkout Now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an Amsoil account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to Amsoil. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for Amsoil under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your Amsoil preferred customer program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters "free DVD requests" so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering Amsoil as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from Amsoil, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from Amsoil. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the Amsoil marketing plan. Amsoil has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing, or hot rods. We have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business. I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along if you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure, for sure. So when you sign up under that that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL. People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the product.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL's a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.